traveler moving on the land. Behold, and I give you the traveling man, and he's very heavy laden with the questions in his burden. Lo, and I give you the traveling man. He has crossed the mountains and he has forded streams, and he has spent a long time surviving on his dreams. And as many times he's tried to lighten up his heavy load, and his compromises failed him, and he ends back on the road. Oh, the traveling man is weary, the traveling man is tired, for the road is never-ending in his fear. He has cried aloud for a Savior, and in vain for a teacher, someone to lighten up the load. And he's heard the sounds of war in a gentle shower of rain, and the whisperings of despair that he could not explain, or the reason for his journey, or the reason it began. Was there any reason for the traveling man? Well, at last he reached a river so beautiful and wide, but the current was so strong he could not reach the other side. And the weary traveling man, he looked for a ferryman who was strong enough to row against the tide. And the ferryman was old, but he moved the boat so well. Or did the river move the boat? Why, the traveler could not tell. Said the ferryman, you're weary, and the answers that you seek, they are in the singing river. Listen humbly, it will speak. So the traveler closed his eyes, and he listened, and he heard only the river murmuring and the beating of his heart. And then he heard the river laughing, and he heard the river crying, and in it was the beauty and the sadness of the world. For he heard the sounds of dying, but he heard the sounds of birth, and slowly his ears heard all the songs of earth, and the sounds blended together till they became a whole, and the rhythm was his heartbeat to the music in his soul. river had no beginning as it flowed into the sea. And the seas filled the clouds, and the rains filled the streams. And as slowly as the sunrise, he opened up his eyes to find that the ferryman had gone and the boat moved gently on the tide. And the river flowed within him, and within he was one. And the seas move round the earth, and the earth around the sun. And the traveller was the river, was the boat and the ferryman, and it was the journey and the song that the singing river sang.